Hey friends, welcome. I am so excited for this month's release of printables. I have in front of me the Easy Card Making Kit, Making Memories. And this month is another special month for me. And if you joined me last week for my secret sale, then you know why it's a special month for me. But maybe you can also guess just by the theme of my collection this month, because I've designed both the Easy Card Making Kit this month and my Easy Postage Printable this month to be travel themed. So this is going to be perfect for card makers as usual, but in particular, I've actually changed some things a little bit so that these printables will work well with mini albums, junk journalers, scrapbookers, memory keepers, anything that you might like to do to capture some of those summer vacation memories that I'm sure you're going to be creating this summer. So if you're traveling, if you're having a summer vacation, I hope you take lots of photos, but not only that, I hope you get those photos off of your phone and maybe into a mini album. So if you're unfamiliar, my easy card making kits were designed to be used and cut by Easy Wonder Die #1. That's why this particular print looks the way it does, because that circle will line up right here, that square will line up right here, and that little sentiment lines up right here. And when you cut it all out, you get lots of basic shapes to craft with. Now, normally, my Easy Wonder dies have been designed so that you can smash your 6x6 paper pads, but they work great on other size papers as well. But I like designing these prints for it, because then you can cut and get your focal images straight away, plus some additional basic shapes that you can use to build up the rest of your card. Now, if you flip to the back of your die, you'll see 4 card sketch suggestions, and these sketches actually use every single piece in this die set. But if you're looking for more inspiration, I hope you'll join the Easy Wonder Inspiration Facebook group. I love seeing how everybody crafts with my dies, because you all do such beautiful work with it, and it's really fun to see and be inspired by you all. Now, this month, what I've done is giving you sort of an assortment of digital ephemera. So these would be great to send through something like your brother Scan and Cut, or if you're into that sort of thing, fussy cut it. So to each their own. But I love giving you a lot of different elements so that you can, especially if you're scrapbooking, if you're using them as, embellishments in your junk journal or in your mini albums. Sometimes it's nice to have a lot of pieces, because those tend to be larger projects, especially if it's a mini album that has like a lot of pages in it. You'll probably need more than just the standard 2 that I usually put per sheet. Now, these are scaled so that they are perfect for card making, mini album making of different sizes, scrapbooking, but they're digital, so you can definitely scale them up and down depending on what your project needs. But I will say, though, that if you are intending on using the Easy Wonder Die #1 to cut this section out, then you'll want to print this out at actual size. This is a PDF file, and usually there's a print setting when you go to print PDF files to print it at actual size, as opposed to, I think, like fit or full or something like that. Because a lot of times your printer will want to stretch or shrink your image or your design so that it fits within the margins of what your printer is capable of printing. Now, these printables were designed at 8.5 by 11, so if you print it at actual size, it'll look exactly as mine looks here. Now, that's not it. There's several other printables in this collection, so I give you 2 additional pattern papers, the nice healthy portion of this at the top here. You can still use your Easy Wonder die to cut it out if you want. And if you are a card maker, you can get 2 A2 size card fronts from this. Now, my printer does not print all the way to the edge, but if you have a borderless printer, your design will go all the way to the border and you won't see any white like how mine is shown. And at the bottom, again, I mentioned this month, I've deviated a little bit from my standard template where I've given you a lot more different pieces of ephemera. So those are available to craft with as well. Again, great for card making, but really I wanted to give you lots of pieces because if you are creating a mini album, I think you're gonna need a lot of little ephemera pieces to decorate your pages with. If you are card making, or even if you're memory keeping, you may want to add some sentiments. So I have a full sheet of sentiments in various different styles. The top are just plain circles. You can cut them out with your regular circle dies. And these are square formatted, which you can cut with a square die, or you can just use a paper trimmer to cut them out. But if you do happen to have the Easy Wonder die number 1 add-on die set, then you can actually use this die to cut out these. It'll clip it a little bit, and if you use the square, it will not leave the black border. So it cuts inside that black border. Then I also give you the Ultimate Sentiments. This is called Making Memories. And in my Ultimate Sentiments, these are formatted the same as my Ultimate Sentiment photopolymer stamps that were designed for and exclusively sold at the Not Too Shabby shop. But I love giving you printables every single month because if you have this die, it is by now well worth what you paid for because if you've been getting my printables, you have so many different options because not only are there 2 stamp sets, the Ultimate Sentiments Birthday and the Ultimate Sentiments Thanks, but for several months now, since the release of this die, I think I've been putting out card making kits and they've included Ultimate Sentiments. Also, Kendra includes Ultimate Sentiments sometimes in her bonus printables. So if you are a Kendra's Card Challenge patron member, sometimes you'll find Ultimate Sentiments included there. And so there's lots of different places where you can get a good variety of sentiments to be cut with this die. And the beauty of it is that you can just print once and cut once. You'll get 10 sentiments on this side that are your more heartfelt traditional sentiments, 10 sentiments on this side that are your more quirky, snarky, fun, humorous sentiments, and 1 main sentiment in the center that can be cut with this die here. But what makes this the Ultimate Sentiments die set is that not only do you have a stamp once, cut once, you've got a print once, cut once. So I don't know that there are too many dies out there, if any, that are supported by as many digitals as what I have designed here. But in this die set, you're also going to find 5 additional dies that you can use as additional mats behind your banner. And it's the perfect frame because sometimes, especially with a small sentiment strip like this, it can really help to have a frame around it so that you can see it and that it pops off of the rest of your design a little bit better. But you don't just get one. You get the plain edge one, you get a scallop border one, a wavy border one, and a postage edge border frame die. And these all have stitch border detailing. And the largest die is actually the same aspect ratio as the banner sentiment itself. So you can actually layer this one on top of that, and it has the perfect margins, and that way you can have a double mat if you want. So I just love this die set so much, and I try as much as possible to support my dies that I designed for the Not Too Shabby Shop with digitals, so that you have lots of options for crafting with my dies, and you have affordable options to kind of pick up something new and fresh each month to craft. Now, what I think really rounds out every card making kit is having some patterns and solids that coordinates with all of the focal images and all of the pattern papers. So I've got in every card making kit one solid and like a very subtle monochromatic pattern that goes with it, and then that gets repeated in a second colorway. And the way that I actually choose these is I actually just color pick from the images. I kind of look to see, which patterns have, what color dominates and what color is sort of a little bit of an accent color. So in this case, I think blue is used as an accent color in a lot of these prints and as well the ephemera pieces. So that's going to frame up really nicely if you use these blues with especially some of these ephemera pieces. So you can kind of see they are color matched perfectly because the colors have been picked straight out of these images. And however it looks when you print it out, the colors should be consistent. So even if you're not using the exact same printer or papers that I'm using, yours should match between your patterns and solids and the patterns of the ephemera in the rest of the kit. Now, speaking of papers and printers, I do get asked occasionally what I recommend. And so when you go to shop any of my printables, I actually leave those suggestions and recommendations in the product listing itself, along with links so that you can purchase. But the printer that I happen to really love is the Epson EcoTank, and I actually have two. I have one that is like the 2803. They're when I got it, it was their lowest model. These days I don't know if you can still get that particular model, but it's still working great for me. So if you can get it and you can get it at a good deal, go ahead and pick that up if you're not happy with your current printer. But I also have their large format printer, which is the 5500 or something like that. And that's their, not their topmost printer, but I think pretty up there. I don't know that there are too many like home printers that are a higher model than that one. And the 2800 is what I use to print all of these. So the quality is not that much difference. The main difference I find between the two models is just that my large format printer can print 13 by 19 paper, and it can print borderless. So those are two pretty nice features for what I need it for. But in terms of like the quality of the print itself, it's pretty much the same as the 2800. Then in terms of paper, so my recommendation in terms of paper is that, if you're not getting prints that look, I guess the quality that you are wanting out of your printer, the first thing that I would suggest is to get the same brand paper as your printer, because if you have an Epson printer, Epson is going to test their printer with all of their papers and really make sure that their printer driver is set up perfectly and configures, because there's a lot of things that you can configure and manipulate with your printer to adjust how it interprets color. And Epson, every manufacturer is going to really make sure that they dial all of that in because they have their hands on all of their products. And of course, they are most interested in making sure that you get the best results if you use their products. So use, your brand printer's printer driver because it was calibrated and the settings are calibrated for their printer. Use their papers. Look for something like presentation paper, brochure paper, photo paper. Those tend to be your like higher quality papers. And next, if you're using good quality papers that match your brand printer or the manufacturer printer, and you're still not getting the results that you want, then I think it's time to maybe consider picking up a new printer. But don't just leap to a new printer if maybe just changing the paper that you're printing onto will do the job. And of course, print at, highest quality because that's going to yield the best results. And if you're printing anything like the Easy Guide that's been designed or the Ultimate Sentiments that have been designed by me to be cut with the die, then you need to actually print at actual size. So these are all PDF files when you go to download them. And usually when you print a PDF, it has the option to print at actual size instead of like fit to page or something like that. And the reason for that is because everything has been designed to be printed on 8.5 by 11. And even if you're not printing on 8.5 by 11, if you print it at actual size, then it will not shrink or expand or do anything funny with the design. And because everything has been measured exactly to be cut with the die, then it should work for you. But if you're printing with settings like fit to page or something like that, it's possible that your printer will scale the design, and it needs to be a perfect fit if you want to use the die to cut it out. But if you're not using the die to cut it out, then it doesn't really matter. And of course, if you're using the extra printables or pages, then it doesn't matter as well. You can scale it as much or as little as you want. It's only if you're wanting to use the dies to cut it out that you want to print at actual size. But one of the nice things with crafting with digis is that you can scale it up and down as much as you like, and you have that freedom to do that. And of course, you can print just the patterns that you want for just the project that you want to make. Now, hang tight. I want to share with you something that I've created with this collection. So let me go ahead and clear this off and show you some inspiration. Here is a little sneaky peek at a mini album that I made with an upcoming die set that will release at the Not Too Shabby shop. This is a really cute accordion hinge mini album, and it features papers from the Easy Cardmaking kit, as well as a sneaky peek look at some of the papers that you'll find in the Easy Postage printable that will release later this month. So I'm really, really happy with how this little album turned out. It's not 100% complete yet, so you'll see this if you purchase the die set, the Ultimate Accordion mini album die set. You'll have the option to add the masterclass to it, and this is the album that I teach how to make in that masterclass series. So if you want the papers, you can get that now, but if you want to see how this is made, you can check out that release when it becomes available on June 15th. Thanks so much for catching my video today, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye.